All right, let's dive into the psychology of stalking and how it affects both individuals and society as a whole. Now, stalking is not just some harmless obsession or a quirky behaviour you see in movies. It's a serious issue that can have severe consequences for both the stalker and the person being stalked. So let's break it down. Stalking, my friend, is essentially an unhealthy fixation on someone. It's a pattern of intrusive and unwanted behaviour that can cause immense distress and fear for the person being stalked. Now, why do people engage in this creepy behaviour? Well, it usually stems from a combination of mental health issues and distorted beliefs. One of the main factors behind stalking is an underlying mental health condition, such as borderline personality disorder, delusional disorder, or even obsessive-compulsive disorder. These conditions can lead individuals to become fixated on someone, believing that they have a special connection or that the person is in love with them, even when there is no evidence to support these beliefs. Now, let's talk about the impact stalking can have on individuals. Imagine living in constant fear and anxiety, constantly looking over your shoulder and feeling like you're being watched all the time. It's a nightmare, right? Well, that's the reality for many stalking victims. They may experience heightened levels of stress, depression, and even develop post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, as a result of the ongoing harassment. Stalking can also have a profound impact on a person's social and professional life. Victims may feel isolated, lose trust in others, and have difficulty forming new relationships. Imagine having to constantly change your routines, avoid certain places, and even change jobs just to escape the clutches of a stalker. It's not fair, and it can have long-lasting effects on a person's well-being. Now, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Stalking doesn't just affect individuals, it affects society as a whole. It creates a culture of fear, where people are constantly on edge, afraid of being targeted. It erodes trust and community cohesion, as people become wary of others and may withdraw from social activities. This can have a ripple effect on neighbourhoods, workplaces, and even online communities. Furthermore, stalking can consume significant resources, both for the victims and police. Victims may need to seek legal protection, install security systems, and take other preventive measures to ensure their safety. The police often have to allocate resources to investigate and prosecute stalking cases, which diverts their attention from other important matters. Now let's wrap this up with a few examples to really drive home the point. Imagine a young woman receiving countless messages and calls from an ex-partner who refuses to accept the breakup. She feels trapped, constantly looking over her shoulder and fears for her safety. Or picture a celebrity who is relentlessly pursued by an obsessed fan, unable to lead a normal life without constant intrusion. Let's dive deeper into the psychology of stalking and explore some additional aspects of this complex issue. First, it's important to understand that stalking behaviour can manifest in various forms. It's not limited to physical pursuit or direct contact. In the digital age, cyberstalking has become increasingly prevalent. This includes unwanted online attention, such as constant messaging, monitoring social media accounts, or even hacking into someone's personal information. Cyberstalking can be just as distressing and intrusive as physical stalking, causing significant emotional and psychological harm. Now let's talk about the motivations behind stalking. While mental health issues play a significant role, there are other factors at play as well. Some stalkers may have a sense of entitlement or a desire for control and power over their victims. They may believe that they have a right to possess or dominate the person they are fixated on. This distorted perception can lead to persistent and obsessive behaviour. In some cases, stalking may also be fueled by unresolved anger, revenge, or a desire to intimidate or harass the victim. It can be a way for the stalker to exert control and inflict emotional pain on their target. For example, an ex-partner who feels rejected or betrayed may resort to stalking as a means of seeking retribution or maintaining a sense of power over their former partner. Another important aspect to consider is the role of technology in facilitating stalking behaviour. With the advent of social media and easy access to personal information, it has become easier for stalkers to gather details about their victims and monitor their activities. This can intensify the sense of intrusion and increase the fear experienced by the victim. It's also worth noting that stalking can occur in various types of relationships, not just romantic ones. It can happen between acquaintances, colleagues, or even strangers. For example, a co-worker who becomes fixated on a colleague and starts obsessively following their every move, both in and out of the workplace, is engaging in stalking behaviour. The legal and societal response to stalking has evolved over time. Laws have been enacted to address stalking and provide protection for victims. However, it's important to acknowledge that reporting and prosecuting stalking cases can still be challenging. Victims may fear retaliation, not be taken seriously, or face difficulties in gathering evidence. This highlights the need for continued education, awareness, and support for stalking victims. In conclusion, stalking is a complex issue that goes beyond mere infatuation or curiosity. It's a behaviour rooted in distorted beliefs, mental health issues, and a desire for control or power. It can have severe consequences for both the individuals involved and society as a whole. It's essential that we work together to raise awareness, support victims, and hold stalkers accountable to create safer communities for everyone.